All of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
I think all of you can hear me very well. Okay, Alisha. So, you see, today we are going to see the poem Dust of Snow. Crow is a good bird, or I will ask you, an attractive bird or a non-attractive bird? Lena says, sir, black color is good. I like black t-shirt, black color. I like black hair. So black is good. Generally speaking, that is why I told you, all creatures are good. All creatures are good. Everything is good. Fizan says me, crow is a non-attractive bird. Okay, good. Okay, good. So crow is a negative symbol. For example, Navneet, parrot is an attractive bird or non-attractive bird? Attractive bird. It is a positive symbol. If you see a parrot, you will have the happiness to get it. You will get it and you will say, you will give, isn't it? But if a crow comes, what you will do? You will take a stone to throw it. Clear now? This is the difference. That's only the difference. This is what is called negative symbol and positive symbol. So hemlock tree, understood? Hemlock tree is a negative symbol. Crow is a negative symbol. Clear now? A man, let us see poet. Poet came and sat under the tree. He sat under the tree. One who joins negativism will have what? Angelo? If I am joining some negative people, what would be my quality? Negative or positive?
Negative.
Negative. Very good. Negative. So the poet also had some negative feelings. He was not happy. He was desperate. Clear now? He was desperate. So he went and sat under the tree. This whole atmosphere is negativism. Crow negative, hemlock tree negative, and the poet is having negative thoughts. And it was a European country. And it was a winter season. And the tree was covered with the Anthony Maxi. Tree was covered with the snow. Snow. The poet was sitting there and he was thinking about his wife. What a wife she is. She is always scolding at me. He was desperate. He was desperate about his family. He was desperate in his life. Pattu cash no. Isn't it? Pattu cash no. Not a single money. Corona. All around corona. No job. No money. He is desperate. In his loneliness, he went and sat under. What should I do? Should I run away? Should I run away? Should I die? Suicide? Many negative thoughts are coming into his mind. Clear now? First stanza tells about this negativism. You see, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So, on this background, our poet is sitting under the tree. At that time, what happens? The crow shook the branch. Maybe it might have jumped from one branch to the another branch. Clear now?
sir.
Shook. One branch. So when it jumps from one branch, what happens? It pushes the branch and shake will be there. Not mango shake of the branch will be there. Or it might have flown away. We do not know. It might have flown away. So branch is shaken. When the branch is shaken, what happened? The snow fell down. Snow fell down. It is natural. Sriram, isn't it? When the branch is shaken, snow will be fallen down. What happened? This snow fell upon the face of the man, poet. This snow fell upon the face of the man. When it fell upon his face, he had a positive thought. Clear now? He had a positive thought. This Karthik never opens his book. Karthik never opens his book. His mummy is fed up. Every day she says, Padikada, Padikada, Padikada. Exam is coming, exam is coming. He never hears. Yeah, today morning he came to school. I called him. I gave a nice slap on his left cheek. Nice slap. My 4 fingers were on his face. 4 fingers, not film. Not the serial 4 fingers. My 4 fingers on his left cheek. So, Karthik touched his cheek. Oh, the marks of 4 fingers are on my cheek. Then that nice slap changed his mood. He began to study. From that very moment onwards, he told, Amma. With that call, Amma, he opened the book. Opened the book. Karthik, isn't it? Yes, he says yes. Now next slap is to Shania. So when my 4 fingers reached his cheek, a mood is changed. Understood? Mood is changed. He began to become a good boy. In this way, the poet was sitting there with a sad mood, negative mood. When the snow fell upon him, he became happy. His mood is changed. Mood is changed. You see, second stanza, first stanza. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow. Dust of snow means the snow itself. Dust of snow from a hemlock tree. From a tree of negativism, what comes? Positive energy comes. Swati, do you understand? From a negativism, positive energy comes. Day is bright, isn't it, Adulya? Day is bright light. Where from day comes? Can you say? Srihari, where from the light comes? Light comes from darkness, isn't it? Light is coming from night. Light is coming from night. Am I right? Do you have a doubt? Till 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, it was darkness. From the darkness, the light sun ray came out. So we can expect a positive energy from the negativism. Understood? So hemlock tree is negativism. From that, a positive energy fell upon the poet and his mood is changed. The dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood. That snow, that slab, Karthik, that slab changed your mood. In this way, the snow changed the mood of poets and saved some part of a day I had ruled. In some other way, I would say he had decided to kill himself. He decided to end his life. End his life. At that time, the snow fell upon him. That changed his mood. He decided to live. He decided to live. For example, I am a very good actor. I am a very good actor. I worked with 10 films. Unfortunately, no film was released. Flop. Clear? I did not get a single money. And the film was not released also. So I thought, hey, hopeless. I lost my money. I lost my life. Everything is lost. I do not want to live. I do not want to live. Clear now? And I was sitting alone in a lonely place. At that time, I saw a picture. I saw a scene. A lonely child, a small baby, was standing there alone and it was crying for help. Crying for help. It was hungry. It was hungry. At that time, a person walked over there and kept a packet, threw the packet there, food packet. And the baby opened the packet and ate the food. That made me think. There are many people in this world suffering more than myself. Then why should I think like this? That gives me an energy into my life. I decided one more film I will work out. One more chance I will work out with the film. And with that conviction, I went to that movie. I acted and that became a hit film. You see, a positive energy from a negative thought. Do you understand, Anjali Priya? Isaac Newton was walking over there. Apple fell upon Newton, isn't it? At that time, what did he say? Che! Che! From there came the theory of gravitation. Here the poet says, situation is negativism. From there, his mood was changed. He got a positive energy. So this is the content of the poem. Now, how will the questions come? I will read some, you did not get any guide. I will read some MCQ questions. Okay. I will read some, Delvin, I will read some MCQ questions. So we will get an idea how it comes. One question, I will read it. You see, very simple, direct question I ask you. Why does the poet call it dust of snow? Why the name is given? What do you mean by dust of snow? Options, I read it. Snow particles were too tiny, too small, number one. They came over him like dust. They felt like dust. They looked like dust. Which would be right? You did not get it, isn't it? Snow particles were too tiny, too small. That is the answer. Simple, direct question. The poet says, of a day I had rued. He was thinking about past days that he spoiled. Rude means spoiled. What is the meaning of the word rude? Clear now? Ruined, held in regret, ruled, conquered. I taught you spoiled. So spoiled did not come there. So if you know the meaning of spoiled, such a similar word will be there. Synonym will be there. Once again, I will read it. I think it is ruined. Ruined means destroyed. Ruined, held in regret. Held in regret, ruled, conquered. Which would be correct?
Option B. Held in regret.
Held in regret, ruled. You see, of a day I had ruled. Held in regret. With understood? Held in regret. Because of regret, I spoiled my days. Clear now? Held in regret. Correct. Shania, correct. Okay. Then another one. Which poetic device is used in the following line? I am reading the line. Which line? I think so. It is the last but one line. Seventh line. And saved some part. Saved some part. Can you tell me the poetic device used there?
And
Some.
Alliteration.
Eh?
Alliteration.
Who told? Who told? Who told? Where is green board? Alliteration. Who told?
Eva.
Eva. It is alliteration. You see, I will show you. You see, what do you mean by alliteration? You see, alliteration is a common device, poetic device. If, attend very carefully, if a poetic device is asked, attend carefully, if a poetic device is asked, first of all, you have to see three poetic devices. Three poetic devices. One is alliteration. Can you see this one?
yes, sir.
Alliteration. One is alliteration. Number two, simile. See the spelling simile? S-I-M-I-L-E. Many students are writing L-Y. The word is written as simile, but pronounced as simile. Clear now? Srihari? Word is written as simile, but pronounced as simile. Clear now? There are certain words like that. Okay. Number three. Personification. Personification. Number four, repetition. For repetition. So these are the four poetic devices. First of all, you have to look at. Clear now? You can score the mark there. First one, you have to check first one, alliteration. What do you mean by alliteration? Alliteration means repeating the same letter. Clear now? Repeating same letter in words of a line. See, there will be more than one word in a line. In those words, there will be minimum two words beginning with the same sound, same letter. Clear now? Look at here. Save and, I will show you, and saved some part. Clear now? Look at the board. Here, the second word is beginning with yes. Third word also beginning with yes. This is what is called alliteration. Clear now? But it should be in the same line, not in different lines. In the same line, two or more words beginning with the same letter. This is what is called alliteration. Everybody can find out this. So when you are asked about a poetic device, first of all, you have to check this one. Alliteration is there or not. Easily you will get the mark. For example, another line I write. White whales came. One line, poetic line. White whales came. Alliteration. W. Another line. Sons of Sovel saved me. Sons of Sovel saved me. Clear now? Following me? Sons, yes. Sovel, yes. Saved, yes. This is what is called alliteration. So very easily you can score 1 mark, 0.8 marks. Alliteration. First, you have to check alliteration. In this line, it is alliteration. Saved some. Second one, you have to see simile. Simile. In the poem, simile is represented with a word like or as. If this word is there, you can think simile is a comparison with another thing. She is like a swan. Clear now? She is like a swan. I will tell you one method. Attend very carefully. She is like a swan. You do not remember about like, but question is, what is the poetic device used in this line? What will you write?
Alliteration.
If you don't remember, I told you, first of all, you have to check alliteration. Here there is alliteration. He, she, swan. Alliteration is there. Clear now? But at the same time, like is here. This is a simile also. She is compared to swan. So this is like simile. He jumped like a deer. He jumped like a deer. Shania, what will be the poetic device? Simile. Like is here. Simile. Like as a horse, she hoped fastly. What it will be? Simile. As a horse, like a horse. Clear now? As a horse, like meaning like a horse. Comparison. So, in the line, wherever you see like or as, you need not think about the word like or as. If it is there, it will be simile. Spelling of simile, M-I-L-E. Don't write Y. Okay. Now, third one is personification. Personification. This is repetition. Repetition is easy, I will tell you one. Personification. When a non-living thing is presented as a living thing. When a non-living thing is presented as a living thing, it is known as personification. For example, I write a poem about a chair and a table. Chair and a table. Chair and a table. I begin the poem like this. The table said to the chair. You can write table said to the chair. Will you come for a walk? Will you come for a walk? Come for a walk. The table said to the chair, will you come for a walk? Can the table speak? No, but the poet makes the table speak. The poet makes the table speak. This is what is called personification. A non-living thing is considered as a person. Clear now? A tree will speak, table will speak, cloud will speak. Clear now? This is what is called personification. In next poem also I will repeat it. And last one is repetition. If same word is repeated in the same sentence, in the same line, it is called repetition. In itself, it is, see, same is repeated. Same is repeated in the same line. So same word is repeated. Silence, silences. Clear now? For example, it's silence, silences. You see, silence is repeated here. This is called repetition. When same word is repeated in single line, same line, it is called repetition. Clear now? Are you clear, Swati?
Yes, sir.
So when you get a poetic device question, these four things you have to check with. Okay. The rest we will see in the next class. So read the poem and letter to God very well, very nicely. And we will see how you are doing it. Okay. So I end the class. Okay. Thank you.